So on the news that popped, that was released by Darren Heitner, attorney for Darian Mensah. Heitner is a lawyer based out of Fort Lauderdale. He announced earlier today via Twitter, I guess, that the TRO had been denied, but now it seems like the TRO has actually been granted, kind of, sort of. And we'll talk about that real quick here on this video. Welcome back to another edition of Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell, leave your comments, man. Give a shout out to the sponsor of the show, Natalie Lopez, attorney at law. When life hits hard, the law firm of Natalie Lopez hits back harder. Practicing in the areas of criminal defense and family law. She can be reached at 954-888-8833. That's 954-888-8833. And you can also reach her on Instagram at nat.guilty. That's nat.guilty. Appreciate your continued support of this show, Natalie. Let's jump into the topic right here. So, Darian Mensah tells Duke that he's going to enter the portal on Friday. Shocks them. They're pissed. They signed a deal. NIL deal that he's supposed to stay, and he decides he's out the door. He doesn't want to be here anymore. Why? Because obviously the Miami Hurricanes made some phone calls. He'd rather be on a team that he knows has a chance to win a national championship and compete at the highest levels. Even though he helped lead Duke to the ACC championship, he knows the deal. He knows the talent levels. He knows what it can do for his career. And now the Duke Blue Devils file a lawsuit against him saying that they don't want him to leave. Well, I'm sorry. I don't know if you know how this works in life, Duke, but if you don't want someone to leave, guess what? Suing them is not the best way to get them to come back. You'd probably be better off offering him a whole lot more money. I mean, that's just where I come from. If it's about money, then you'll find out real fast it's about money, because guess what? You offer him a number you can't refuse. You say, look, we'll offer you $10 million. And now you find out, is it really about money or is it about winning? Or is it a combination of both? Because the reported numbers that have been thrown around is that it will cost Miami about $10 million to get Darian Mensah here. Country club, a living home, housing in a country club. I don't know what country club it is, but housing in a country club. His sister, who goes to Oregon, plays soccer at Oregon, will get an NIL deal and a scholarship to come to Miami. And I'm going to guess a whole bunch of money from the Hurricanes, as well as a buyout of whatever needs to get paid to Duke. So Duke has the option. Duke can pick up the phone, call Darian Mensah's attorney, whether it's Darren Heitner or whoever negotiated his contract, and say, look, we get it. He wants to go to Miami. How much money will it cost? If we offer him $8 million and a scholarship for his sister to come to Duke, would that be enough? $10 million? What would it take? And then you get an answer. Is it yay or nay? Does he want to stick around? If he says no, then really it's not just about money. It's about winning. He wants to have and my guess is it's not just about money, because I don't think it's really always about money for athletes. Athletes want to have a chance to win. No one wants to go to a place that no one goes to games. I mean, you got to be real. We can all question the loyalty of the Miami Hurricane football fan and how the stadium is not full all the time. In fact, not full a lot unless it's a big game. But let's be real. It's not like people are running to Duke games to watch football. This isn't basketball. We can go look at Duke's schedule this year, and we can go take a look at their home games. They played a home game versus Wake Forest, which was a critical game. They had 21,000 people there. How many people does Wallace Wade Stadium seat? Capacity, 40,000. So he's playing right now in a Band-Aid box, college football stadium, 40,000. The Duke football stadium seats 40,000. And in a must-win game against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, a must-win, a win that helped them a win that got them into the freaking ACC championship as a 7-5 team, they drew 21,000 people. I'm not making it up. And you can criticize the Miami Hurricanes' attendance, but it holds over 65,000 people. It is a stadium made for NFL teams. It is a stadium that has been full for the Florida game, was full for the Notre Dame game, has been full for plenty of games that the Miami Hurricanes have played in. And when he played at home against Virginia a few weeks earlier, they had 27,000 people. When they played Georgia Tech, a big ranked game, they had 27,000 people. When they played against NC State, a game they won, they had 30,000 people. Illinois, they had 23,000 people. Elon, they had 15,600 people. They didn't draw flies to shit in their own stadium. Their stadium is a box. It's made for glorified high school football. So do you really think he wants out of Duke simply because of money or opportunity? And I think that question can be quickly answered. That said, the judge who Darren Heitner reported said that he denied the TRO. Apparently, the TRO was only denied in part. It was denied in the part in which Darian Mensah cannot enroll in another school. He cannot play at another school and so forth until there is a hearing that's scheduled for February 2nd. So it's for February 2nd, which they are trying to move up. So the judge, Michael Olfuguluda, who is a Duke booster, denied the part that would prevent Duke from preventing Mensah to enter the portal. But he is a Duke season ticket holder for basketball. See, he doesn't even care about football. And he's recused himself from future proceedings. But apparently he has granted the part that requires another hearing, I guess, which could send this thing to arbitration or something of that nature. And he can't actually enroll anywhere yet and start playing or moving or whatever to whatever school he goes to. This is all semantics. It's semantics. Where it says Duke's motion for temporary restraining order is granted as provided herein. For the duration of this order, defendant Mensah and his agents, employees, attorneys, and all persons acting in concert or participation with him, with his knowledge or under his actual or apparent authority, are enjoined from enrolling at another collegiate institution, playing football at another collegiate institution, licensing the NIL to another collegiate institution, taking any other action that would interfere with, diminish, or impair Duke University's exclusive rights under the contract, and otherwise committing any further breaches of the terms and conditions of the contract. Nothing in this temporary restraining order shall be construed as to prevent Mensah from entering the transfer portal. Well, what exactly is the point of this if he can't actually transfer? This is the Duke booster, in my opinion, being completely unethical, making a decision based on his fandom and not based on what's real. If Darian Mensah decided today that he was going to go turn pro, there'd be nothing that Duke could do about it. Would they sue him to prevent him from turning pro, from entering the NFL draft? Because Darian Mensah is going into his 4th year of school. He is actually eligible for the NFL draft. He played 2 years at Tulane, and he played 1 year at Duke. Well, he redshirted his first year at Tulane, but he's 3 years removed from high school. So he can enter the NFL draft right now if he wants to. So this is all semantics. They're going to have the hearing. He's going to win, or it's going to be arbitrated, and Miami will pay some money, and that will be the end of it. It just seems ridiculous, not to mention Duke is already hosting the quarterback transfer out of San Jose State. So you're bringing in another quarterback while trying to prevent your quarterback from leaving. Mensah's gone. This is all par for the course of this stupid proceeding. How is Mensah preventing them from making money? So they make money off his name and licensing and his name, image, and likeness. Exactly. They make money off him. So he makes money off them. I mean, the whole thing is a joke. It's been a joke. None of this is collectively bargained. These contracts are not the same contracts as the one that you have with coaches. It's all different. But every contract has a price. Every contract has a price. Remember what Ted DiBiase from WWE said? Everybody's got a price. What is Duke's price? What is Duke's price going to be? How much money could they possibly make off of the name, image, and likeness of Darian Mensah? How much? Because they're not making it in tickets. They're not making it in ticket sales for their own stadium. Nobody watches. Nobody cares. Are they making it off merch? I don't know. How much Darian Mensah merch is being sold for Duke? This isn't basketball. This isn't Cameron Boozer. This isn't Zion Williamson. This isn't Cooper Flagg. This is football, for which they get 22,000 people on average to their games in their home stadium. If they charged $100 a ticket, which they probably don't, because they play in a glorified high school football stadium. If they charge $100 a ticket and they sold out every single game, because remember, there's highs and there's lows for ticket prices. If their average ticket was $100 and they sold every seat in that building, they'd make $4 million a game. Times 6, $24 million in ticket sale revenue. Revenue. Before cost, before expense, and all that stuff. They're doing half that. They're doing $12 million a year in ticket sales. They probably sell tickets. They probably make more money on basketball ticket revenue than they do on football ticket revenue. How much merch is being sold? How many jerseys of Darian Mensah's are they truly selling? How many did they sell this year? I don't know the answer. They're probably going to have to provide that information. I can tell you this. You know who doesn't buy Duke Darian Mensah gear? Anybody that don't go to Duke. Anyone who's not a Duke fan. You want to know what happens in places like Miami? This is an example. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Texas. But my experience is Miami because I'm from here. People buy Miami merch. Miami merch is among the top 15 in merch sales in the country. Darian Mensah, who will be the quarterback of the team, you don't think his jerseys will be flying off the shelves next season in Miami? He will sell boatloads of jerseys. Beyond that, the jersey will sell nationally. It won't just sell in Miami. It won't just sell to Miami Hurricane fans. It'll sell nationally because the Miami Hurricanes are a national brand in football. Duke is not. So how much money is Duke really losing in name, image, and likeness money for Darian Mensah to go to Miami? That's the number that has to be figured out. That's the number that's going to be discussed. And that's the number that Miami will end up paying to get Darian Mensah out of Duke. Here's reality. They're paying Darian Mensah, what, $4 million at Duke? I think that's what I read. Okay. I doubt they're doubling up on that money. I doubt they're making $8 million in revenue off of Darian Mensah. I doubt it. You know how many jerseys you'd have to sell to make $8 million in revenue off Darian Mensah? Because Duke is talking about their money. So $8 million divided by $130 a jersey, you'd have to sell 61,538 jerseys of Darian Mensah's to make $8 million. I highly doubt they're selling 61,000 Darian Mensah jerseys at Duke. But could they sell 61,000 jerseys of his in Miami? Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Fact of the matter is he's going to end up in Miami. But this is something to update because it's like it's a silly semantics at this point. Let's make this make this irritating. Let's make this delayed. Let's just bother him, and rather than just let's get to the point, Duke. Let's cut the shit. How much money? How much will it cost? Just get it over with. How much will it cost? That's all. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. This is Hurricanes Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.